In all my years of being on YouTube, I've never thought I'd be doing a rant on this particular subject until now. When I was growing up in the 1990s, Cartoon Network was the biggest and best network for children. It showed a lot of great cartoons that made the company. Examples are Johnny Bravo, The Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Laboratory, and who could ever forget Courage the Cowardly Dog. Those shows stayed on there for years and years on that network, putting smiles on kids' faces and making them laugh, and it also did very good for the company. Later on, during that time, Cartoon Network was the highest rated network for teens and children, and it received numerous awards. Truly a milestone for the company. But later on, things changed. In 2004, Cartoon Network changed their logo to this. And then after that, they started showing cartoons that really didn't make any sense whatsoever, like Out of Jimmy's Head, Reanimated, and Total Drama Island, just stuff like that. I could go on with these new cartoons that doesn't make any sense. So this is my rant on the new Cartoon Network. I hope you enjoy it. And please, don't get mad at me. This is my own personal opinion. If you like these new cartoons, I completely respect your opinion. Thank you and enjoy the rant. You know, growing up in the 90s, we had a lot of good cartoons whenever we was growing up. We had the Powerpuff Girls, Cow and Chicken, Johnny Bravo, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Dexter's Laboratory. I mean, we had a lot of good cartoons back in the 90s. But now, probably 11, 12, 13 years later, whenever I turn it on Cartoon Network, I see nothing but shit. Pardon my language. But that's actually the truth. It's the God's honest truth. Whenever I turn on Cartoon Network now, the only shows that I see are Flapjack, Total Drama Action, Stoked, 16, you know, all these new shows that doesn't have no point value whatsoever, no plot, and has crappy animation. I mean, seriously. Let me explain some of these new shows. Let me start off with Total Drama Action. I don't really understand this show whatsoever. Are they trying to make it to like a cartoon version of a cartoon version of Survivor or you know something like that? I mean, I really ain't into something like that. And then let me go on with another one. Let's go on with Flapjack. I watched one episode of this damn series, and I swear to God, it felt like I was on an acid trip. That's why I labeled Flapjack the acid trip cartoon. And then let's continue. Ben 10 Alien Force. Alright, I'm going to give props. Ben 10, the original series, was good. It was a very good series. But whenever they canceled it, they decided to bring it back with that sequel. You don't do that. You don't do that. You know, if you want to end something, go ahead and do it. You don't bring it back. Now let's see, what else did they got on there? Stoked, huh? Makers of 16, that's pretty much it. 16, I really don't understand it whatsoever. That's not what some teenagers do. That's only what preppy teenagers do. I mean, it's just complete shit. It lets me down. It lets everybody down. All the old school people down. I mean, I even know 12, 11, 10-year-olds that hate these cartoons. The only children that I know that actually watch these kind of cartoons are 6, 7, and 8-year-olds. I mean, really, what the hell, Cartoon Network? What are you doing? And you have the tenacity to go on and put live action shows like Survive This and some kind of ghost hunting show, what the fuck it's called. I mean, you go on and you put those kind of shows on there, that just makes me sick to my damn stomach. It makes me want to throw up. I mean, really, what are you doing? You're putting live action stuff on a network called Cartoon Network. It's in the name, for God's sakes. What is wrong with you? I mean, really. You show us these good quality cartoons that we grew up with in the 90s, and then you take them off thinking that we would never remember them, and then you bring them back years later on Boomerang, and, you know, you just show 2 more classic cartoons on a network at around 5 to 6 a.m. in the morning. That's just so cold. I mean, really, it's cold. I mean, it absolutely makes no sense. It pisses me the hell off that they would do something like this. Because here they are, back in 1998, 1997, you know, growing up, they had these good cartoons that had meanings, had morals, and all this. They take them off, they show these new cartoons, they pretty much kick us in the balls, we fall down, and then they spat in our face. They betray us. But, believe it or not, there's hope. There's a link over in the video description for this video. It's a link. It goes to the feedback on Cartoon Network's website. There you can request television shows that you grew up with to be brought back. These shows can be like from 1990s all the way up to like I'd say 2007, 2006, I don't know. But you can request those back. If you remember, if we complain enough, maybe, just maybe, we can bring those old school cartoons back on Cartoon Network. They're putting all these all these old shows on Boomerang. Boomerang was created in 2001 for one purpose only, to show Hanna-Barbera cartoons. These include the Flintstones, Jetsons, stuff like that. But later on in 2005 or 2006, they showed Johnny Bravo. Then they added Dexter's Laboratory. Then they added the Powerpuff Girls back in December. And now they just recently added Teen Titans, which is pretty funny because I just seen Teen Titans a few days ago on Cartoon Network. But they're showing it on Boomerang for some reason. I don't understand that. Unless it's that feedback. But I would probably say, in my personal opinion, Boomerang is a dump for all the shows that made Cartoon Network. I mean, they're putting all the shows that pretty much made the company. Without the Powerpuff Girls, without Johnny Bravo, without Dexter, and all those other great 90s shows, Cartoon Network wouldn't even exist. It would just be a network for Hanna-Barbera cartoons. That's it. Later on, they show Adult Swim, which Adult Swim is actually pretty awesome. Adult Swim is a very awesome network. They show a lot of great adult cartoons. I watch some of them. Sorry, I'm 15. I watch some of them because they are absolutely hilarious. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But later on, Adult Swim started showing some cartoons that got too disturbing. For example, Super Jail. Super Jail's I don't really like Super Jail. It's like too disturbing, too graphic. I do, however, like Metapocalypse and Squidbillies and, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, stuff like that. And, I also remember something else from Cartoon Network. I remember Toonami. My God, Toonami was like the biggest thing back at my school. Everybody was obsessed with Dragon Ball Z. Everybody was. I mean, Dragon Ball Z was the biggest thing on the network. That was the place to be at. 3 or 4 o'clock, probably later on. Turn TV on, turn on Cartoon Network, sit down, bag of chips, watch Dragon Ball Z. That was the thing back then. And then later on, they take Toonami off, which really pissed me the hell off. They took it off. They also took a lot of good animes from 2007 on Toonami off, like, for example, Naruto. Naruto was one of my favorite animes from the new generation. I mean, it was actually a pretty good anime, and we was getting ready to go into Shippuden, but for some reason, Cartoon Network canceled it. I don't really know why, and that pissed me the hell off, because Naruto's one of my favorite animes, and it's just very disappointing. That's a huge letdown. But like I said, there's hope. Remember, at the end of this video, or anytime during this video, you can click on that link down there and post your feedback. Just pour your heart out to Cartoon Network, and they will listen to you. Hopefully they will. I don't know. I did it, and I'm awesome. And, in closing, I just want to say this. All these new cartoons are shit, and they have one element. They don't have one element that all the other cartoons has. And that element is love. I mean, really. Another element's great animation. That's pretty much my rant. It's over. I'll never forget 1990s cartoons. I guess you just treasure what you have. I don't know. Folks, I'll see you later. Also, reminder, I probably won't be making any more videos for about 3 or 4 weeks. I gotta go get my wisdom teeth taken out tomorrow. And I probably won't be able to speak for about 3 or 4 weeks. Who knows how long I'll be able to speak. But this rant is over. Remember, post your feedback on CartoonNetwork.com, and also treasure what you have. This is Stewie Family saying thanks, goodbye, take it easy, and I'll see you again. My word.